Hi there, John here from Backwards Compatible, and this is my first, or pretty much my first playthrough of the new The Last of Us multiplayer. And I am with Paul, who's well-being Osteo, who's we buddied up for this level. This is set in one of the scenes from the single player. They all are, all the levels. And the aim of this is to collect your supplies from these boxes just around the map. And these are items that let you craft objects for your own usage within game, but also to help feed your clan. And we'll have more of that later on the site about how that works. But the main objective here really is just to stay alive, collect items, protect each other, and take out the opposition. Now, we have two factions. One faction are the Fireflies, and the other faction are the Hunters. Again, these both feature from the single player. I won't say too much, I don't want to spoil the game for you. The game's very different. It's not a spray and pray like the Call of Duties of our world. It's much more strategic. It's a calmer game, although I find the tension in this is much, much higher. Especially when you're not much good like I am. But in a game where there's less one-to-one action and more thinking, it actually quite suits the more vulnerable player like myself. Much like Battlefield, you can mark the players, and that little red arrow you saw above the opposition is a marked player. Marking it, just like Battlefield, is temporary, and you can build perks into your loadout which extend that time. As you can also build perks into your loadout which lets you know when you've been marked. Movement, if you shoot or if you sprint, then you'll appear as a red dot on the map. Otherwise, if you crouch down or you walk and you use silence weapons, you will be silent on the map. At the moment, I've got my loadout is not stealth; it's assault. And at the moment, Paul and I are just running around, protecting each other, trying to find all the different supplies hidden around the map, as white dots. On the left-hand side, you can see the mini-map, but also the number of players left over. I think most of the time you get 3 or 4 respawns, depending on the number of people in your team. It's a very mellow game. I mean, but at the same time, the tension does build, especially when it comes to melee kills, which are brutal. And if you do get meleeed eventually, you know that's it. It's a nice, disgusting-looking animation as you get your head kicked in. Not much going on here at the moment, but we are waiting out for the opposition. There we go, you can see on the map. Having taken that shot, I'm now visible on the map. We haven't used it very much in this game, but if you hold down R2, you get kind of like spider vision, where you can hear the movement of other players, and they are represented as sort of shadows in the distance, like your teammates are. You can actually change your loadouts in game, or you can craft different items in game, which is really cool. And if you get enough collectibles, you can actually unlock items and then upgrade your weapons in game. Once you are hit, you can either dash off or you can help a friend who's down. Now I'm going to go in to help Paul here, and I'll start reviving him, but I get taken out as well. Off we go again. Again, Paul and I are trying to sort of stay together, cover each other's backs. We don't do a brilliant job of that in this game because I think most of this is us learning how to use it. The weather effects are quite interesting. You can see here it's snowing now. Adds a sort of strategic level to the game as well. Your vision's worse, obviously. Your sound is impaired. However, you can see the trails of people in the snow. You'll see later on that your footsteps are left behind you as you're running around, which is quite interesting. This is probably not the best path to take. It's the central thoroughfare in this level, and probably quite a few people on roofs and things spotting us right now. There you go. If someone does get killed, you can pick up supplies from them. Quite often the supplies are extra ammo that you've lost killing them, which is quite handy. You can see here I've got more items in my loadout now. Molotov cocktails, health items. You can craft nail bombs, and if you find things like rags and ethanol around the map, you can craft those items together into a Molotov cocktail, which has just killed me. I've completely toast right now. There we go. That was an instant kill. Now what I should be doing, as you can see from our number of players, we have 7, they have 12, is going and finding those injured people and reviving them. At this stage I'm not. And it's only something I really noticed from watching this playthrough that I haven't been doing, and I haven't really been using my auditory skills here. Do you see the whole world kind of went foggy and grey, and that's me listening out for any of the enemy, which you can see through walls, just like you can see your teammates. And he's dead. Now I'm very visible, but I'm going to go and try and get his supplies. I can see I need some health here at some point as well, but I'm going to try and go and nick his bullets. You can see that little blue circle. That's the left. That's the there we go. That's the supplies that I can nick off him. There's some ammo. Run away! Run away! Run away! Quick! Run away! Now you've got to see an example of how brutal the melee kills are. I'm just adding a health pack in, and yeah, it takes quite a long time. It's quite a good element to the game. Is this the slowness of reviving yourself?
They're using smoke.
This doesn't bode well. You can see a couple of red spots approaching me here. Take him down with my rather nice drain pipe. Unfortunately, his mate's got a gun, and there I go. Cowards. Now, what I should have done here is buy some shielding. You see that little option to buy extra body armor. I ignored it. I was too busy working out what was going on here. Trying to smoke this dude out. That's it. Force into the back of the bus, but what I didn't take into account, if you listen very carefully, in the background you'll hear footsteps approaching.
Hunter, look alive! Got a straggler!
There he comes. Little dance over my body. Nice. And here's a good example of how you can actually upgrade kit in-game. So I'm playing around with my loadouts here whilst we're in the actual game itself. Again, it adds this sort of strategic layer to the game. And there's a standard bow on the floor there. Pick up that bow and arrow. Might use that later on for stealth. I'm pretty sure you can kill people without being noticed, like the silenced weapons. The bow and arrow gives you a silent kill. Now we've only got one player left in our team. Again, I should have gone straight for him and revived him rather than taking the supplies. It just adds this sort of level of are you going to be completely selfish and look after yourself, or are you going to help your teammates? If I'd revived him, maybe he could help me out right now, rather than get my face smashed in. Brutal. See, now I cannot spawn. And Paul he's gone as well. So this is the last chap here, Sparship Wolf 33. At this stage you can scroll through the remaining players, but you can also look at some fixed cameras around the map. And if you're all mic'd up, it's quite useful because you can then let that last dude know if and when he's being approached by Oppo. that's kind of helpful if you know the maps, and I don't really know them right now. So here I am cycling through, and I can see a few people moving around. I have no idea where I'm looking, but it's handy to see. You can see some movement there and warn your opposition, but I think that was too little, too late. I warned him, but it was too little, but too late by then. As you can probably see in the next shot. There we go. Interesting game. Thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for more videos.